Thought I'd take just a couple of minutes to introduce everybody to the new Great Eastern Model 89. This is a new knife that Great Eastern just brought out in October of 2009. It's actually a Melon Tester Whittler, they call it. Unique in a lot of respects from the original Melon Tester that we're all familiar with. This is the first release of the Tittiute Melon Whittler. This particular one came out with a second cut jig burn stag handle on it, and as you can see, overall length on it closed is about 4 inches. A couple of items worth pointing out on the knife is it comes with a spear blade for the main blade, and as you may notice, the blade opens very smoothly. I'm sure a big part of this is due to the length of the blade gives you a pretty long lever to work with. The blade is etched with the Tittiute Cutlery logo on the front side. The secondary blades are a pen blade, and on the other side we have a small coping blade. One of the interesting things, the blades are small enough that Great Eastern had to split the model number and put the first 3 digits on the coping blade, in this case 892, referring to a Model 89. Number 2 refers to a standard spear blade. And of course on the secondary blade we have the final 3 model numbers, which would be a 309, referring to a 3-bladed knife produced in 2009. The blades on the knife are 1095 high carbon steel, same as we've seen in the previous high carbon bladed knives that Great Eastern has put out. Just to give you an idea related to the size of the knife, I've got it sandwiched in between a single blade 73 and a number 12 toothpick on the bottom. As you can see, lengthwise pretty similar to the 2 knives, however when it comes to the height of the knife it's quite a bit trimmer. When it comes to the thickness of the knife, the Melon Whittler in the middle, it may not be quite so obvious on the video, but it is quite a bit trimmer profile also than either the 73 or the Model 12 toothpick. Another interesting note on this knife is number 1, on the tube that the knife comes in. If you'll notice on the label in the upper left hand corner there is a small circle, and within that circle there are a series of 3-letter P's which are joined together, and what this stands for is a Pattern Production Premier. And this is present on all of the new production models that are released by Great Eastern. In addition to that, what they have done is on the blades, you'll notice this triple P pattern inside of a circle is repeated. While we're looking at the blade, this is a new etch that they had to design for the much narrower blade on this knife. When you look at the back of the knife, one of the things that you'll notice is the split springs. It's kind of an interesting design in that there are 3 pieces of metal. The outside 2 are actually the springs that provide the spring tension on the knife. On the end that you're looking at right now, the 3 pieces of metal are approximately the same thickness. The 2 outside strips of metal actually providing the spring tension on each of the smaller blades. As you come back up toward the other end, you'll notice that that middle piece of metal gets thinner and thinner until it's non-existent, allowing the 2 springs to come together and meet, so that the 2 springs work together providing the spring tension on the larger main blade. So that's a new Melon Tester Whittler. I'm going to refer to it as the Melon Whittler. I've got one coming in that I plan on using myself. Looks to me like it's going to be a handy little knife, super comfortable to carry in your pocket.